Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I'm the Falsca. We're going to be playing today as Berytos. Let's go ahead and jump into turn 6. Still need to clean out the files. All right, we finished Research in Conjuration 1. Ulm has got a prophet. And we've got some battles. This is our Colossi. Fighting off against militia, some heavy infantry, and archers. The real danger of this party to us is those archers deciding to target our priest. I believe, need to issue a correction. I was under the impression, right, that having extra units would help catch arrows, but I have since been informed that that is not accurate. Instead, the arrows have like a die roll chance of hitting someone in the unit, and or someone in the square, and so putting extra units there just gives more people who can be hit. But still, it can help with like the random one skeleton that killed our priest when we saw in the first Berytos series. So plus the turn's already happened, so I can't do anything about changing it now. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and be able to charge right in here with our dudes. Quite strong. Let's see if we can find one who's got blood surge again. Yeah, just quite a unit. Go ahead and fast forward. So the imps are gonna help us take this. I think probably lossless. Yeah. And then we've got our other group with our one remaining pachyderm. And this is against heavy infantry and 3 slingers. Let's see. Boom. It's so funny. The elephant, like, when it works, it's so good. And then he just charges off by himself and dies the next time. Greendale is happy. Gold. Nice. Plus Dominion. And then, okay, we've got... I think that this is a negative event because Real Yay is in the game. There's some kind of... I think the smugglers are actually like madmen or something. We should check how to fix that. But in any event, we'll get to that. We can see... I don't remember if we could see it last turn or not, but our southern neighbor is Femoria. They've secured this farmland, which is tough. Because we certainly would have wanted it. Now, Femoria is a very strong nation, and their matchup against us is probably pretty good early. Let's go ahead and check out Femoria. Obviously, we don't know their bless or anything yet, but the king, we're going to have a hard time dealing with some of the kings. They can raid us with some glamored units. The giants. A lot of air magic. We do have a little bit of shock resistance in our bless, so that'll help. Sorceress, air death, plus water and nature. I mean, Femoria just a very strong nation. But we are going to try and see if we can't sick them on and do a team up, as I think that would be certainly in our interest. Now, with regards to them getting this farm, unfortunately, I just don't think that there was much that we could do to sort of get over here any faster. This is a huge barb stack that we can't get through. So we also wanted to secure this water border. So it's just sort of, I think, the way the lake was and the way this river was, we were not going to get here in time, which sucks, but so it goes. Probably they're expanding with their Nemedians, which is why we can't see them. Also, Death Scales, Well of Pestilence here in Jaheira, and Death Scales in Bright Woods. And so those Death Scales pretty much mean one thing. And so I guess the small spoiler alert, but there are indeed Well of Pestilences in both of these provinces. We have a death site, or a disease spreading site, in all of these, which is really, again, like combined with the mountains, is really going to hinder some of our ability to sort of march north freely. Because now there's no free way to get around Can't even walk around if we wanted to. Now, the good news, some of our units do have pretty high movement, particularly the brides. The brides have pretty high movement, so they'll get around okay, but our troops don't. Only 14. So we're going to have to try and secure some of this territory and get our heat scales up here so we can walk around this way. Otherwise, we'll just have to brave the Inkpot End for a turn. I don't remember. I'd have to go and look again if there's a difference in how many diseases are spread by an Inkpot End versus a Well of Pestilence. I think they're the same, but 8,600 population on our new farm, which is not bad. We are building our palisade here on this 13,000 population. Once we get our palisade, we are going to get the Berytos 10% income bonus. So that's going to be an extra 10, about 10 income. And then we have growth too. So as we spread that, we should start to get some nice income. Now we will lose. We're going to spread a lot of turmoil too. And we're going to spread heat. So this income will go down probably from where it's at right now in the near future and then sort of come back up later. But sort of how it goes. We're going to try and get another expansion out of our elephants and hit the Amazons. And then this group will then have to look at these barbs. We are going to go ahead and ping the barbs with our scout. Just finally figure out how many there are. I think it's probably like we saw 30. We've seen 30 and 80, so probably somewhere in the middle. Merman Village. I don't remember. Do we start recruiting mermen? We do. I went ahead and started to recruit some mermen. Femoria is very capable of going underwater, and I do not want them in this lake. So we're going to try and start recruiting our mermen to go and take this lake. It would also be nice, this water province, we definitely can't own forever, but we could own it for a little while with this throne making a blocker. So it would be nice to take this too. This is higher priority though. And only 10, we've seen I think 30 units and 10 units, so this is very doable. We're also going to go ahead and hit these militia heavy cav and light cav. I think we've probably got about 10. Yeah, we got 9 of our Colossi warriors, and then we're doing a lot of imps. I think we're going to do 4 casts of imps. And then this group is returning home, pick up some extra blood slaves, and I think fill itself out. This only has so many units. What, 7? Yeah. We did abandon our militia. He doesn't have enough movement to make this journey, and it definitely isn't worth wasting a turn to keep him. So he's just gonna go ahead and defend. This population unfortunately sucks. Very low. Not sure why it's so low, but just unfortunate. We don't need to bid on elephants. Or did we bid on these elephants? Yeah, we bid on these elephants. In where do we bid them? 26. I bid on them in the death site. It's quite a move. I think we're hoping to send them at one of these other groups. Bone Tribe, our good friends, the Bone Tribe. Okay, so yeah, this is turn 6. Let's go ahead and move into turn 7. Oops. Turn 7. Turn 7's gonna be at the bottom. Okay, bunch of battles. Let's go ahead and take a look. First, this is the heavy cav province. So there's 5 heavy cav plus some mounted commanders and light cav. Again, the arrows do nothing to our colossi. Hopefully, we're just afraid of the back. Our colossi should be more than a match for these heavy cav. If like one of them gets out ahead and they get hit by a bunch of guys, it could go wrong. But you can see we mostly just chop right through. And then the imps come out to help. And yeah, with the heavy cav dead. So the imps were useful here. But they wouldn't have, it would have been better if I could get them out faster. if I'd have to go back to double check, but I think I did blessing, blessing, imp, imp, because that's what I was doing for expansion in general. But I think with 2 priests, I could have done blessing, blessing, or I could have just done blessing, imp, imp. And we could have maybe gotten the imps to absorb the lance charges. It didn't matter, but would have helped. Here is us against the Amazons. A lot of blood slaves. They've got their 1 griffin who lands at the back here. I think, yeah, we start attacking him. This guy's on fire. They're casting bleed. The elephant gets in there, but the elephant routs and then kills the rest of our guys, and we rout off the field. But they're going to be left with just the commanders. So that's unfortunate. I don't think, yeah, this was lossless. So we lost 9 archers and 3 soldiers. The elephant did maybe make it. Oh, we'd have to check. He probably made it. Unfortunately, did not take this one. But I mean, this is our starting party. Like, you know, use it like you stole it, right? And then we went ahead and pinged the barbs, and we can see that there are in fact 55 barbarians. It's a pretty good number of barbs. We got a fire gem and some astral pearls. Nice. After someone turned into a frog, or allegations only of turning into a frog, and some water gems. Now, here's the problem. Femoria is here on our garnets. So this obviously is a huge existential threat, or gives a reason for there to be an existential threat. So garnets are valuable to Berytos. They're fine, but you know, if you don't get them, it's not a big deal. They're very comparable to the Beriton priest. Garnets are amazing for Femoria. So I was very concerned, right? People fight wars over garnets. I was very concerned about getting this back. It's also in my capital sort of square, as I call it. And it seemed, looks like he's making a fort too. It seemed really bad. So I did the classic Carthaginian thing, and I reached out to him and offered to buy it. And he, in fact, is going to give it back to me as a show of goodwill, and then we're going to take a nap and go and fight her. Which is so good for us. I mean, this whole situation could have been so much worse. I don't really want to fight Femoria early if I don't have to. I want to get him to fight with me. I want to get my territory back. So he was very reasonable in giving this back to me. I don't know. I don't know if I probably would never have made the attack, to be honest. I think that going into somebody's cap circle is just a good way to get war declared on you from one way or another. But if I did, I don't know if I would have given it back. So yeah, we've successfully negotiated. We're gonna take this back, and then I agreed not to expand any further south, which is a pretty easy agreement for me to make because I am not expanding any further south anytime soon. Gave up nothing. And so yeah, so we've got our first war target and our first nap. So we are going to go ahead and we're recruiting more priests, more sacreds, using our extra resources to produce some little guys. And we're going to go ahead and charge up into more militia light cav and heavy cav. We've got only 2 blood slaves. We obviously didn't know what was here before. Do I see if I script them any different? Yeah, I still did double blessing. I think this is a mistake. I think it should just be 1 blessing apiece and then go into the imps. But can't really change it now. Something to sort of consider for next time. We're sending out another party of 2 priests to go and hit Brightwoods. which should be okay. And then they can proceed into one of these tiles or maybe over here. I don't remember. I think I knew that there was a Well of Pestilence here, but you have to take the tile eventually. We did not get the mercs. Fomori even took the mercs, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he's just gonna hit me here, and then it's gonna be a whole thing. But no, we were okay. I was actually thinking, so before he even sort of took this, right, these garnets are almost a liability for us because people are going to want them so badly that if we'd had a less peacefully minded neighbor, I don't think it would have been crazy for them to even if you're going to give this back to me sort of right away, you're going to be thinking about it later. Like if you're like, who do I want to attack? I'm going to go after the guy with the garnets. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and try for a double expand here. Unfortunate to lose this one, but we'll get it back either next turn or the turn after. I want to say that I did this turn and was negotiating later. So we'll see. I think I take it back next turn. It might take me an extra turn, though. But he may have put PD in it by the time I talk to him. Can't remember. We'll see. We'll go ahead and just jump into the next turn here. It should be turn 8. The turn 8. Okay, we did not take it back this turn. We've got plenty of soldiers here. Do our blessing. And then one cast of imps just to help out. And these are tribed, so there were a lot of them, but nothing that we can't handle. No losses. And then here, more heavy cav. Are these not? Yeah, these are just heavy cav. And we've only got 2 casts of imps. Again, we're on the wrong script. These imps should have landed sooner, but the imps are just great. They mix in, help draw fire away from our real units, and we obviously get free blood income, so it's not like it's not too bad. So yeah, no losses here as well. And bad things happen. Very ill omen. It seems like when you get cursed, it's more than an ill omen. That's real. Okay, here we are. We're going to take this back from Foria. We've successfully negotiated. We can also see Atlantis is to our west and Rillier is to our east. So that is a thing. We're going to push north here and here. Take this back. So nice little triple expand kind of this turn. We're sending out another group into the Inkpot end to look to move here or here. Again, this river is a pain. This territory is in Ur's cap circle, so it's going to be pretty hard to justify taking that. But we'll try and grab at least these 2 border provinces, and then we'll see about getting this one. Obviously, it'd be nice to get this wasteland. We do have access to other wastelands, although this one with a Well of Pestilence is not where we really want to live. But this one should potentially be okay for demon summoning. We would also like to swing this way and grab these 2 provinces if possible. Rillier sucks at getting on land early anyway, so I think that it's gonna take them a while. So I think we have a little more time on these than we do over here. That's sort of why we're starting this way, and then we'll swing back down after that. But we're doing okay. We'll do a province count, I suppose, at a later date. We're making a sage, which is nice. Probably should have done this. Looks like a slight miss. Could have gotten one more colossi, but oops. So be it. Our palisade 2 months away. We need to get a mage. Need to get a mage here. if we're going to get our lab going. But it is what it is. Let's jump into turn 9. And then, depending on the clock here, turn 9 may be our last one. May go to turn 10. Tiernanog send this message. It's there. Appear to be friendly. Rouillet has fillet of fish. Become a person. And their prophet. Fighting in the cave against the Bakemono and some demons. Always a little risky. They have dark vision 50. And these guys have spirit sight, obviously as demons. Plus, they've got a Bakemono shaman making some skeletons. We do not have spirit sight, so we're definitely going to take some darkness penalties here. Yeah, 3 points and 3 points. Now, even taking some penalties, our guys are quite a bit stronger. We've got the imps who have perfect dark vision as demons, although they're also going to draw looked like a banishment. I think that was probably our banishment, actually. And they managed to pick off the shaman in the back. No losses. We can see a battle from Ulm. Go ahead and look at where this is in the map once we're done. He is expanding with the Steel Maidens, some Archers, and some Axe Warriors. So just some standard Ulmish things, I think. I haven't seen too much of EA Ulm. But we'll see more. Okay, we've got us attacking again. A little bit of heavy infantry, nothing much doing here. I think we've sort of seen. Now this is the danger though, right? Look at that, those arrows. Okay, we got away with it. And this is because a blood one. It's really nice if you can have the air ones be the leaders, but it's only 1 out of 3. But the air ones can put up air shield, and it's much safer. And then he did put in like 1 PD, but we just got the shattered remains of our party, and we get it back. So that's pretty nice. Misfortune, bad omens again. There's a lot of bad omens going on here. And Earth Gems +4. A lot of bad omens. So let's go ahead and see if we're doing anything else. We're attacking here. This cave nicely had 2 or 3 gems worth of unsearched stuff, including nature. That's pretty nice. So now we have our first water, nature income, and then it also was a fire. Here we have an arena, 25 gold. That's pretty nice too. You can see, so we're going to go ahead and pull back. We're not going to push into this cap circle, but there's 2. So first of all, they obviously haven't made it to the border, but there's still 2 cap circle provinces left. Now, we have a cap circle province left too, but we've entirely enveloped it. So this looks like has sort of failed expansion. Unless they're going absolutely gangbusters on these other borders. This looks really bad for them. We can see Ulm is over here. Their army is anyway. Don't know if we can see. I guess we could probably, if their army's here. So, okay, so we're here. So mine, mine, contested, there's capital. So that should be Femoria. So there's contested, there's capital. So this should be Ulm, I think. We have not seen TNN. They messaged us, which probably means that there's only, like, they could be far away, but they're not to our north and they're not to our south. So they basically have to be whatever nation's over here or whatever nation is right over here. So probably we're going to share like a sort of a diagonal border. It may be, though, with the water nations being in play, that diagonal border is more open than it normally would be for dealing with these nations. So something to keep in mind. But yeah, is looking a little dicey keep looking. The wet ones, somebody else got. I was thinking about getting them. We're still recruiting our. Got 12 of our mermen. The mermen are just awful. So we're gonna need a lot of them because I think it's better to like overdo it and win by a lot and then maybe have some leftovers to get on here. Because if we lose, I have to build them all again. It's gonna suck. I think it's also very possible that making them at all is a mistake and I should just wait and try and take this some other way. But it's just so valuable. But that's kind of scary. So that's why I didn't want to do it. Palisade, 1 turn away. We have not gotten our mages present, so we're not going to be producing a second mage very quickly. We're using the mages in expansion. It's a little bit tricky. We're also starting our Palisade here on the Garnets. We really want to get forts up here, and then either here or here. Obviously, this is a much nicer province, so I'll probably go aim for this one. This sort of is more territorially commanding. But I would like to get... We need a fort. Basically, we need a fort in this column, and we need this fort to secure our Femoria border. And I expect this looks like a fort going up. And they'll probably put, if they take this throne, they'll put a fort there. They may put a fort here. We sort of have the beachhead, but in a conflict, if we're not going to fort this, that could change really fast. And then, it won't matter. But I think we'll go ahead. I think we should probably go ahead and stop here. We're almost at 30 minutes. Let's do a quick. So it's turn 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 provinces. Supposed to get, 20 by turn 12 is the goal, although that's obviously in sort of like test games. In real people games, I think that you're probably looking at a smaller number. We do have 1 enveloped, and we've got some more that are probably, any of these we could still grab. So we'll keep looking at our expansion, but it seems pretty good. And we'll try and get this one as well. I guess we have 2 cap provinces. We have circle provinces we haven't taken, but I feel like it's not the same. This has 10 units. I probably at one point had more. I wonder if he failed to expand. But anyways, thanks everybody for joining me, and I will see everyone in the next video. So have a nice day.